Welcome back, everyone. It's Carrie here from Secret Diary of a Stay-at-Home Mom. I am here today to show you how to make my recipe that I created for Grimm's Fine Foods called Meat Lovers Lasagna Rolls. I think it's the perfect recipe to serve around the holiday time because it's low maintenance. You can make this ahead, have it in the fridge, bake it up on the day, put it out on the table with different toppings, and people can serve themselves. So you can sit back, drink your wine, which is huge when you're a stay-at-home mom especially, and just enjoy your party, enjoy your guests, talk to everyone, and have a great time. So let's get started. First things first, this recipe I'm doing is gluten-free. So it's up to you. You can use a regular noodle. You could even go further with it and do thin strips of zucchini or eggplants if you want to. I'm using a brown rice noodle. I love a brown rice noodle. There's many different brands out there that I like. They all tend to be really about the same. So don't worry about brand. Just look for a brown rice noodle if you want to do this gluten-free and still have a noodle that people will enjoy. I've used these noodles before and people didn't even realize it was a gluten-free noodle, so that's the test for sure. So you're going to cook your noodles according to the package, whatever they say to al dente. So you want them to be still firm, but not overcooked. And brown rice noodles, the best thing about them is they don't tend to get mushy unless you really screw it up and overcook them. So just if you're on the edge, go a little bit less cooked than overcooked because you'll thank yourself later. What I love to do is have a sheet pan with a piece of parchment ready to go that's oiled. And then when your noodles come out, you're going to lay them flat to cool on this piece of parchment. That way they don't stick to the pan and it's easier to handle them afterwards. So once your noodles are on your tray, you're going to go ahead and in a bowl you're going to mix together, which I've already gone ahead and done, half a cup of cream cheese. You could also do a really creamy goat cheese if you like, and a bell pepper diced, very almost like minced. You want it to be almost unnoticeable. I love to sneak veggies into things, and I think this just gives it that little crunch and pop on the inside, and the creaminess mimics your bechamel sauce in a traditional lasagna. So this is kind of a cheater way. This whole recipe is a little bit cheaterish. It's kind of like a fake out lasagna because you're not really cooking anything until you put it in the oven, which I mean, normally you spend hours cooking your sauce. Well, I do to go on my lasagna, and this, all of your meats are already cooked and prepared. So that is the great part about this recipe. So once you have your cream cheese and bell pepper mixed together, you're gonna place about a tablespoon onto each noodle, and then you're just going to go ahead and you're going to spread it the length of each noodle. You have the cream cheese and peppers spread on each one of your noodles. Next comes the fun part, is the meat. So I chose a play on a meat lover's pizza, which is ham, sausage, and sometimes bacon and pepperoni. I'm not going to do the bacon. You could put the bacon in there as well. And I'm using Grimm's Fine Foods kielbasa sausage. Actually, I think it's a new one. I just noticed it in the store for the first time when I went shopping for this recipe. And you're just going to put like a nice layer onto each noodle. You're using three sausages, or this came in like a half ring, and so I use the entire ring. I really love to use a smoked sausage. It just adds that depth of flavor because you aren't actually cooking a sauce. It's nice to use the smoked sausages, and also they're totally cooked. So you're cutting out on that step altogether. You could go even further and actually brown it up in a pan if you want to, but I'm just showing you the quickest and laziest way to make these so that you can make, you know, trays and trays of them for your party. Okay, so we have the sausage on each one now, and I'm going to go ahead and add the ham. I really love the Grimm's Fine Foods honey ham in this recipe because it adds just that touch of sweetness to each one that's a little bit unexpected, and it goes really nice with the yellow pepper, orange peppers. Next, we're gonna do my favorite. I love these dry pepperonis that they do. I buy them for so many things now, pizza night. And you're just gonna place, you know, as many as you want. I like to do about 4 onto each one because you're gonna put a nice little garnish one on the outside. You could cut it up thinly if you like. Okay, so we have all the pepperoni done on each one of them now. And then you want to have some left over to eat. So good. But also to garnish on the top of each one. Next up is your mozzarella cheese. So the recipe for the actual recipe with all of the measurements is on my site, as well as Grimm's Fine Foods, and I will put the links to both of those down in the bottom so that you can actually take a look at the products on their website as well of what I'm using today. But everything's listed in the recipe for you. Okay, so look at those. Seriously, delicious, hearty. We're just gonna place those aside for a second. You're gonna take your dish. You want a dish where the rolls are gonna fit nice and tight inside. And like I said, I'm using like the easiest way, so I bought a jar of pre-made pasta sauce. When you're looking for a pasta sauce, I would go with one that has the cleanest ingredients possible, so like the less ingredients, the better. Okay, so you're gonna pour about 3/4 of the jar into the bottom of your casserole dish. You're just gonna reserve a little bit to dollop on top of each roll. Set that aside. So now we're gonna roll the lasagna rolls, which makes them lasagna rolls. Huh. My kids think I'm funny. No, they don't even think I'm funny. Who am I kidding? Okay, so as you can see, I just rolled up each roll. You will have a seam of where at the bottom there, you're gonna want to put the rolls seam side down. You're just gonna nestle those little babies into their tomato bathtub there, and keep going. Just roll them up, seam, and then nestle them in seam side down. So as you can see here, we got them started. I'm just gonna keep going. That's why it was so successful. So you could change up these flavors on the inside and do, you know, like anything you can think of. Chicken Alfredo, so you could do chicken and Alfredo, dark Alfredo sauce and cheese. Or you could do pesto, like a garden pesto roll. So you could put pesto sauce in the bottom, all kinds of like sauteed veggies in the middle, and top it with like spinach and goat cheese. Like, oh, that would be delicious. That would be so delicious. But my house is very much carnivores. We love meat. So we are doing the meat lovers lasagna rolls. And I think for a party too, it's you could do a couple different kinds if you wanted. Okay, so that was super simple and easy, and we're done. And I have a little bit of extra stuff in the bottom, so I'm just going to kind of sprinkle it over the top. We don't want to waste any of its like deliciousness that you already chopped up. Sprinkle it over the top. Okay. Serve sauce and pour a little bit to each little guy here. We're all gone. You are going to top each one with a slice of pepperoni, some more cheese, put more inside, I guess. Okay, so now this baby's gonna go into the oven. You're gonna cover it, and at this point you could stop. You could just stop, cover it with foil, and put it in the fridge. And then when you're ready to bake it up, you'll take it out, keep the foil on it, and just pop it right in the oven. So you're gonna bake this up at like 375 to 400 degrees, depending on how closely you're gonna watch it. So if you're gonna be by your stove and being able to watch it, you can go 400 degrees for about 15 to 17 minutes, a little bit higher and quicker. But if you're not gonna be in your kitchen the whole time, do it a little bit lower, 375 for a little bit longer, up to 25 to 30 minutes. And at the end, you're gonna pull off the foil, and you're gonna crisp up everything on top, the pepperoni and cheese. I'm gonna put this in the oven, and then I'll be right back to show you the finished product and how to garnish it up. Back, and these are fresh out of the oven. They're hot, the pepperoni on top's crispy, almost like pepperoni chips. The cheese is melted, it's just so delicious. So you can set this up almost like a bar, like a lasagna roll bar with your toppings for your guests that they can chop their own. So I have some really nice Parmesan cheese, some freshly chopped parsley. You could also maybe do some minced red onion, just kind of whatever you're feeling, some more of the meats to add on top for you real carnivores out there. Maybe some more mozzarella cheese, it's totally up to you. I like to keep it simple because there's so many things going on the inside. So the perfect part about this is they're already individually portioned inside of your dish. So doesn't that look amazing? Oh my gosh. You're gonna place it into the bowl, or your guest will. Top it with a little bit of Parmesan cheese, and that'll just get melty and delicious. And then some fresh parsley, just to liven it up for some color, just a little bit of freshness. I'm gonna do one for myself to eat right now. I'm starving. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna put it in my favorite mug because it's just so perfect to eat this. And I just want like a little bit of Parmesan and then a lot of fresh parsley. Knife and fork kind of meal. The noodle is just perfectly cooked. The creaminess of the cream cheese, the little pops of the yellow, the red and orange pepper on the inside, and then you have those meats, the smoked kielbasa, the honey ham, and the pepperoni, and they're just tasting exactly like a pizza but rolled into this delicious lasagna roll. And the fresh parsley on top just gives it that little bit of zip, that freshness that you want. It really is just the perfect warm meal for a cold night. And I can guarantee everyone at your party will ask for this recipe. It is delicious. If you're wondering about the recipe and the ratios for this, you'll find the links down below to both my website as well as Grimm Fine Foods. I want to thank them for this collaboration. It's been so much fun doing this with them. I hope you make this recipe. If you do, please send me a picture on Instagram. You can hashtag it Secret Diary of a Stay at Home Mom, the abbreviation Stay SAHM. Stay at Home Mom. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope to make more of these videos. Happy holidays from my family to yours. Oh, can't forget this.